Wait, if there's no headstock on the guitar, then how am I going to show off the corporate brand name, i.e. Sewer, ESP, Gibson, etc., what makes all the other guitarists envious and screams, hey everyone, look at me, I have more money than common sense?
Well, I suppose you could just maybe try writing a song somebody would want to listen to more than once, but that would take a lot of effort, and it's way easier just to run up your credit card. Dude, you don't even know what frequency! Shut the up! Good morning. How the hell are you? Not sure what day this is coming out. I'm just kind of shooting this in the morning. I got to take my wife to a medical appointment this afternoon. So I figured, hey, let's do an episode of Viewers Comments. Let's have some fun with it. Now, I'm not doing the regular release schedule like once every Friday like I have been for the last 5 years, because turns out you, the viewer, really don't care when it comes out. And I think that's awesome. That lets me live my life around my wife's medical schedule. And that is, I'm so grateful for that. Anyway, got some really cool stuff coming up. Check this out. This is the new Made in UK Selection Vintage 30. I'm shooting a video on this. I've been doing a lot of mixing behind the scenes, putting this thing through its paces, and let's just put it this way. I don't think you're going to want to miss that episode. It'll be out in a few days. Make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one. This one's important. And before I jump into it, I figure I'll do a couple pop culture recommendations, because why the hell not? Normally, I'm in the studio in the mornings and in the evenings, but I've been spending my evenings with who's important to me the most. So I've been watching a lot of TV, and number one recommendation I would say for new series this year would be Duster. Wasn't really too intrigued by it, but I read some reviews. Everybody said check it out, and I did, and I'm really glad I did. Great story, nothing groundbreaking or anything but it's just a lot of goofy fun. If you're looking for a nice little action series with a bit of throwback to the 70s and a lot of classic cars, check out Duster. It's really freaking cool, and it's got my friend Greg Grunberg in it as well. He plays a supporting role. Greg's a great guy. He was in the show Heroes. He was one of the X-Wing pilots in the Star Wars sequels. Yeah, let's not talk about that. And he also plays drums in a charity band in LA. It's a bunch of LA actors. They go around, play charity gigs, that kind of stuff. So that's fucking awesome. Anyway, let's get to your comments and questions right now, because I got a lot of very interesting statements from last viewers' comments where I talked about this guitar, where somebody called it a Start and not a Strat. I put that in the title, and it went about as well as you would expect. Check this out.
Damn, people running into the comments whine about the video title without even watching the video really summarizes the YouTube guitar community.
What, that musicians are a bunch of dumb fucks? Dude, I have been saying this since 2014 when I started this show. Nothing in 11 years has fucking improved. Exhibit fucking A, right here.
Strats, there, I fixed it. Glenn must be bass player.
Thank you for pointing that out for me, Burnt Gerbil. I really appreciate it. By the way, for the record, it's Glenn must be a bass player. English, learn it, master it. That way you can communicate effectively. I'd be way more impressed if you did that than pointed out the quote I was using.
Canadians must have some good bud, so I'll forgive Glenn's hilarious misspelling of Strat if it's his first spelling error and that's the only thing I can explain it. I'm pretty sure he's as sober as a judge when working in the studio.
First off, I don't touch weed. It's not my thing. I don't drink. I don't take any kind of substances at all. Coffee, that's my only vice. And I'm glad for that. I used to smoke, but I gave that up in 2008, and I've been way better ever since. But Roman, I gotta say congratulations. That is one of the dumbest comments I got on that video. You rushing in to show how you're superior intellect. I really do appreciate that. Maybe you should have watched the video first.
I'm so early that that typo in the video title is still wrong.
No, Jax, you're just in a hurry to show everybody how smart you are and failed miserably at it. So, great job.
Hey Glenn, F you sir, could you please give us an update on your computer setup for your DOM? Windows 11 forced obsolescence on all our PCs is coming this fall, and a lot of us might just be ready to go to Linux or Mac. Thanks. Please continue the best time of self-care, and your wife, all the best.
Hey, Scott, thank you very much. Yeah, have some good days and some bad days, and then a lot of days where I'm just driving her all over the city. It's a lot of work. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to do content and trying to keep her happy, and I am feeling a little overwhelmed at times, but I do appreciate the sentiment. Anyway, as to your question, I switched to an M1 Max Studio in, 2021, something like that. I was running a dual system there for a couple of years. Still got the body over there where I was running a PC and a Mac before, all the M1s came out and whatnot. And that was great. And then the Mac side of it died, and it was just a big clusterfuck. So bought an M1 Mac Studio, and it's been phenomenal. I turn it on, it fucking works. It doesn't crash. It doesn't give me the blue screen of death. It just does its thing and gets my shit done. There's a lot of studios out there that are still using old Macs because they work and they never needed to upgrade. So just keep that in mind. For getting shit done, for actual career-oriented stuff, using Reaper, using DaVinci Resolve to do video editing and whatnot, it's really hard to beat Mac as a platform. It absolutely fucking sucks giant hairy donkey balls as far as games is concerned, though, which really sucks because the M1 chips are pretty fucking powerful. If only they could get gaming support, we'd really be onto something. But I've still got my PC for exactly that fucking reason, so I can play games. And if I ever get a spare 10 minutes, I might actually play some Battlefield. I'm really looking forward to the new one coming out. Now, here's an honest question. I'm not mocking anybody. I'm genuinely concerned here. If you're on Windows 10 and you're going to be forced to upgrade, are you going to go to Windows 11 or are you looking at a different platform? I want to hear from PC users out there. And this is coming from a guy who was a PC user from about 1992 to about 2022. So, some 30 years basically. So let me know what your plans are. I'd really like to know. Okay, now this next one I gotta share with you because it's just so much fun. Moon Critters 721 comes in with this pearl of wisdom.
Most guitars either have a great tone or they don't. Changing pickups changes the output frequencies. Those frequencies make all the difference.
Moon Critter, I gotta ask, man, what frequencies are being changed and by how much? Because what you wrote right there is literally the "it's got electrolytes" argument from the movie Idiocracy.
But Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolytes.
Okay, look.
Oh, it changes the frequencies. What frequencies? It changes the frequencies. Dude, you don't even know what fucking frequency! Shut the fuck up! Oh, and we get a part 2 of this as well.
I am all done listening to crap about how pickups don't make a difference in tone. I have a Jackson X Series Kelly could never get a good tone from. I put DiMarzio X2N in and then it came to life. Fat low end with sick resonance and sounds like a different beast. Stop telling people that pickups make no difference. They do.
Well, I didn't say they don't make any difference. I say they make a very small difference, which could be easily replicated by a parametric EQ pedal. And then you won't have to go to the expense of, having to hire somebody to change out your pickups if you don't know how to do that, or buy new pickups. And that parametric EQ pedal will work with all your guitars. All pickups do is have one hump, and if you're running active pickups, it's flat. That's it. And variances and output. That's all they do. There's nothing magical about them. Of course, you make this comment that, oh, the guitar came to life. Great. Please share your A/B recordings, I'm sure you did, with the only variance being the pickup. Same amp settings, same cabinet, same mic position, same performance. Share that with us and you might have a solid argument. Until then, you're just blowing smoke out of your ass.
Glenn, thanks to you, I landed a PV Valve King Mark II 100-watt head for $275.
Dude, great job!
Sounds way better than it should. I aim for the Mark II head because it has a power selection switch, 100 watts, 25 watts, or 5 watts. In 5-watt mode, you can get that crank stack sound without going deaf or blowing your mics away. I run it through my Mahler 6x12 loaded with greenbacks. Thanks again for turning me on to greenbacks.
Oh, dude, that sounds like an absolutely killer rig. Now you gotta have me looking for a Valve King 100-watt head because I want to try that out. That's a great thing. I love old tube combo amps, especially cheap tube combo amps, because you can get some stellar results out of them just by plugging them into a good cab. And a lot of those cheap tube heads out there sound phenomenal as long as you run them into a decent cab. And if you don't have a lot of money, Harley Benton's got the solution for you. I don't know if they're loading in the new UK Vintage 30s or not. Like I said, watch for my review on that coming up real soon. But I promise you this, I will get on Harley Benton's case and start prodding them and say, hey, where the hell are the UK Vintage 30s in your cabs? Because I think that's what you guys deserve. And on the cheap tube head thing, my friend Chris, he sent me a Crate Blue Voodoo I need to review at some point. And I still have my Jet City combo kicking around that was designed by Soldano. We're going to put up against a real Soldano and see what kind of results those get as well. Stay tuned for that. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the fucking subscribe button. Jeez, it's free and it really helps me out. I'm trying to build this thing. I need you to help me make that happen. Thank you.
I wanted to add the nice comment of the week.
Well, thank you very much there, MTD 1976.
As someone who has 4 YouTube channels, I only do my music channel now. It's actually a lot of work. I know just from watching Glenn's videos, he's putting in 10 times the work I do. I pretty much wing my videos, but watching Glenn's, I can tell getting the lighting right in the room, high resolution video, matching audio and video and aligning them, editing everything, background music, transitions, thumbnails, etc., not to mention all the time he spends building cabs, changing speakers, reading through comments, getting these other guys to come over and play. I can personally say the amount of work Glenn puts in is insane. Much appreciated. I've been watching for years, and I'm 10 times better at recording than I was 5 years ago. Thanks, Glenn, for all you do.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm so happy I can help. That's the whole point of this, is like, this isn't to show off, some Grammy-winning performance or anything. It's to help you make a better fucking recording in your home studio. And on that note, I'm going to have a major announcement coming up at the end of the month. It's something new, and it's going to be an extremely limited time offer, and I'm only going to be doing it in the spring. One time only deal. I'm starting something new, and I want to get the early birds in to help me grow this thing and make it to be the best possible thing I can make. Gonna have some details on that in a couple weeks. Can't wait to show you what that's all about. Been working really hard on this one. Think you're gonna like where it's going. And if you don't have a lot of money, that's even better, because this is definitely made with you in mind. But yes, thanks for recognizing all the effort. I do got to give a great big shout out to Ziz Gorlin, my editor, who does an absolutely phenomenal job. He's been doing a lot of heavy lifting behind the scenes, especially since Julie got sick. Thank you very much, Mr. Gorlin. It's greatly appreciated. That's for sure. Okay, this next one's a bit of a doozy. Get a good book or whatnot, because it takes a little while for this guy to come around and make a point. Anthony B279. Always love the name number combos. Anyway, here we go.
The whole tone wood thing is not subjective. It does make a difference. Sometimes with a lot of difference, sometimes not at all noticeable. With older Fender pickups, they have such a low tonal range that you can't tell the difference, let alone nitrocellulose. Bullshit. With pickups with a flatter response, it is massively noticeable even when heavily distorted.
You sure about that?
But you asked for an objective, measurable proof. A lot of stupid people have done non-scientific testing to this, and it drives me nuts. I have been a master luthier for 40 plus years and also a retired NASA engineer. I have the time and the equipment to put real numbers on this. I think I will take your challenge. Also, before NASA, I was a Class 2 and 5 FCC operator. I've built TV studios and radio stations from the ground up. With this background, I can say you don't know Jack. I always use Windows and have never had a crash or a single virus. Not!
I'm gonna get my breath here. Holy fuck.
Yes, you're giving good advice. Mac just works, no excuses needed. You seem to know not to listen to idiots and do indeed know what you are talking about. I've always liked your videos, your opinions, and well thought out and absolutely valid and helpful.
Well, thank you very much. This thing, if you can do the testing on the Tonewood thing, that would be great, because I don't have the equipment to do it. The only thing I could do is have 2 light guitars built, and the difference is about that much in the guitar sound, and then it just kind of vanishes once you put distortion on the signal. So if you've got some kind of testing methodology where you can show, different bodies or necks or whatever, and I mean equal, same fret wire, same everything, same nut, same bridge, same, just the wood being the one variant. If you can show me that, I would love to know, because there's no real data out there other than people clacking wood blocks together. And it's like, well, that makes a great glockenspiel, but that's not a solid body electric guitar. Well, Strandberg did a great video on that where he showed the different tones of the wood coming through, but that was on a DI signal, not through an amplified signal. I want to know what happens with Tonewood on distorted guitars, because that's 99% of what I do. And the Tonewood thing isn't very helpful to get you great distorted tones. It's as simple as that. Anyway, I look forward to seeing your test, man. I think that'd be fascinating for all of us. In the meantime, I definitely recommend checking out Dr. Manfred Zolder's book, Electroacoustic, I think that's what it's called. There's a translation to English, and he's a German scientist who went through all of it. And I think his overall conclusion was something along the lines of, yeah, there might be a slight difference. Don't fucking worry about it.
The other day, Mary Spender put out a video saying Gen Zers are buying CDs now. She even laid out how much more money she gets from selling a CD than she gets from Spotify plays. Would folks buy CDs again mean a rethink of the whole album is dead idea?
Absolutely. If people are buying CDs again, that's fucking awesome. I think it comes down to the fact, especially for the Gen Z kids, I could be completely wrong. If you're a Gen Z kid and I get this wrong, please feel free to call me out on this one. My theory is this. Enough people have seen subscription services change their terms of service, especially when it comes to things like software and media and that kind of thing. Like, oh, those things that you own, well, you don't anymore because we changed the terms of service. And, oh, you don't like it? Well, too fucking bad. And everything you bought just vanishes. We saw that happen. I forget what service it was that happened a few months ago. So maybe that's why people are buying CDs again, because you can buy it, you own it, you can rip it, you can put it on whatever digital format you want, but you've still got that master copy that nobody can take away from you. And that's a big selling point. And I think musicians should probably bring that little pain point to the forefront. Nobody can take this away from you. It's yours. Fuck the corporations. That's just my thoughts. Anyway, if I got that wrong, feel free to call me out. I just like to say to Mary, hey, good for you for selling CDs. I hope you sell a shit ton of them because you deserve it.
Now that Tobin bought Hughes and Kettner, any chance of you reviewing their amps?
I've had Hughes and Kettner on here before several times, and if Tobin wants to throw something my way, I am always down to work with those guys. There's a reason why I put affiliate links in most of my videos to Tobin. I think they're a great company. I might put their feet to the coals occasionally on certain things like their Active Series Harley Benton guitars, which were absolute fucking garbage. But other than that, they do manage to make some great stuff. Like this not Stratocaster Tom DeLonge ripoff. This guitar is absolutely amazing. Like, what was it? $349, $400, something like that. You just cannot go wrong with a guitar like this for the money. Harley Benton absolutely knocked it out of the park on this one. I hope they do equally awesome things with Hughes and Kettner.
The Tonewood thing is more about how it feels in your hands and how you should connect to your instrument, just like your favorite chair fits just right.
Great, then don't call it Tonewood, call it Feelwood. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you so very much for watching. Thank you for hitting the subscribe button, and if you haven't, I would be thrilled. If you would, it would really be a big help. Once again, keep your eye out for my video on the new Made in UK Vintage 30. It's going to be a really great video, and I'm going to be very lucky if Celestia never speaks to me again when that video comes out, because this one's going to be a real fucking eye-opener. That's for sure. Anyway, have an amazing day, and if there's somebody in your life you care about, give them a hug today. Take care. What have I been doing? Canadians must have some, and on the cheap too bad. But could I please give us? Yeah, okay. I'm sounding like Bert Gerbil there. Fuck.